friends, I'm Josie. Welcome back to Two Sisters Homestead. So today I just thought that we would do a little bit of video about homesteading, the term homesteading. So I've been noticing around on YouTube, because I do watch YouTube quite often, and I watch YouTube more than I watch Netflix or anything like that, really. But I've noticed out where a lot of people are, trying to insinuate that you have to eat healthy, and you have to, in order to be a homesteader, you have to eat healthier and things like that. Or if they are a homesteader, they call other people's food just crap and things like that. And I don't think that's accurate. And I'm saying this because a homesteader doesn't necessarily mean that you're a health nut. So whenever you have a homestead, all a homestead is a home of some sort on some land. So for it to be considered like you have to be a health nut as well, that doesn't really make any sense, because I can live in town with a house on 2 acres of land and be called a homestead. Before I had a garden or animals or anything on this property, I was able to get a tax exemption to be considered a homestead, so that I don't have to pay as much taxes when it's time, because I have a house on land, if that makes sense. So with that, I by no means am a health nut, okay? We like our junk food, we love our sugar and things like that, and we don't eat the best, and I believe that that's okay. I have a garden out here, and we eat from our garden. Soon we're going to be having meat chickens, we're going to be eating that, but that doesn't mean that you are healthy eating. So one thing that I'm trying to do in my life with my children to be healthier is to stop buying so much processed foods. So I have completely stopped buying packaged snacks so far. We haven't bought any of those. I've been making my own. I have some in my container right now on the counter for the kids to grab, and we've been keeping fruits and stuff like that on hand for snacks for them, which has totally been fine. I got flour on me, okay, you guys? But we need to kind of, bring it in a little bit. And you don't have to be healthy. You don't have to eat all the right things, because I don't think anybody eats all the right things. But what I'm doing is trying to cook better for my family and children, and try to, instead of having so much processed foods, make my own snacks, make my own dinner, stop buying so much chips and things like that. And that's one way that I'm trying to incorporate health into our lives. With me, as of right now, in my life and how my life is going, I don't want to eat just fruits and vegetables or whatever some people may call healthy. I like to have my food a little bit, some salt in it, and I like, chocolate, and I like candy, and my kids do too. I'm not going to just stop that, how we've been doing it, just like that, just because I live in a house with land on it, or whatever. I'm just not about to do that, because that's not what we're up to right now. We don't have any reason to, in my opinion, to, as of right now, except for we are trying to incorporate better ingredients and no processed foods, which I think is a start into itself. But if you are planning on starting a homestead, or if you wanting to start a homestead, please don't take that as serious, because you can eat however you want, okay? We all live in a free country. You can eat whatever you want, however you want it, and you shouldn't let other people sway you to believe that in order to be a homestead, then you need to eat healthy. But I will say that I do highly recommend to try to stay away from the processed foods. For example, one thing today actually just happened was I was going to make chicken and dumplings. I don't have any homemade chicken broth around, so I bought some from the store in the carton, and I go to pour it into my pan, and it's water. It literally looks just like water. I tell my sister, hey, come here, look at this. What is this? And she looks and she tastes it. She's like, that's just water. What the heck? That's just water. And I'm like, that's weird. What's going on? And so I get the other one, and it's fine. But then it got me just thinking, you guys know, I need to start making my own as soon as possible and having my own on hand, because that's a no for me. And that was a waste of money. It was a big carton, like one of the big cartons, and that's wasting my money. Whereas if I would have made it myself instead of buying processed foods, then I wouldn't have had that issue. I would have had it, what I needed, the way I wanted it, in my pantry, and I could have used it for that, without having to sacrifice how much I'm cooking and have to lower my portions now because I don't have enough of that item. Which, you know, it is what it is, but that's what I get for buying processed foods. But that right there tells me that I need to start buying some things of making my own stuff. And that's exactly what I'm trying to do. So I'm editing this video and decided to pop in real quick. I also wanted to say that a lot of times homesteaders are a little bit healthier than regular people, just because we are more active, we are outside more, getting more vitamin D and things like that. So we are generally more healthier. I'm just more so talking about like the food aspect and what we are putting into our bodies. But since we are working on the land, most homesteaders nowadays are having cows, chickens, gardens, and things like that. We normally are a little bit more healthier just from those different vitamins that we were receiving and more physical activity. So with that being said, do what's best for you and your family, and if you are on a health journey, that's okay as well. But just know everybody's on a health journey by themselves and at their own pace and at their own terms. And one way that I call healthy might not be healthy to somebody else, and that's okay. Just give yourself grace and just know that, you know, when you're ready to eat healthier, then it will happen. And however that means to you. Right now in my family, that means we're cutting out processed foods as much and trying to make our own stuff. But that's just a little thing that I was thinking about today, you guys. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next time.